I will invite in Cobus Visser, who is a renowned South African author, motivational speaker, life coach, and master firewalking instructor. Please help us welcome them into the room.
One company, one salary, one profit. Alright. When I say transform or supercharge, you're gonna roar. Okay. When I say supercharge or roar, when I say supercharge, you roar. When I say transform, you roar. Supercharge. Roar. Supercharge. Roar. Transform. Roar. Supercharge.
You are already trying us.
About 9 years ago, can you believe it's almost 9 years since 2016? There was a conference coming up. Just recently joined Toastmasters, building something in my career that's going to help me to become a better speaker. And the first thing they asked me is that in 2016, it was called NewCon was around the corner. Cobus, would you come and speak at our conference? I say, you know, the biggest fear basically out there for most people is and here I'm sitting, I was born as an introvert, now I have to stand in front of people that like to judge your ums and your ahs. That night, we got the whole audience to walk on broken glass. It took almost 9 years, almost 10 years, to be back here to get the future of Toastmasters, to be ready to discover what the fire can do in you, to unleash your inner roar. And I'm going to take you on a journey today to be able to share that with you. Because it's an honor for me to share that with you today, as my journey started with Toastmasters. I believe that anyone that ever contacts me asks me, Cobus, where should we start? And I say, the best place to start is Toastmasters, because I know Toastmasters changed my life. Now, to quickly ask in the room, who in the room has ever walked on fire before? Just to see if you okay, how many of you haven't walked on fire before? Can I see those? That's the best sight for a firewalk instructor. The reason for that is, you are my fire virgins. And tonight you have the opportunity to walk on my fire. And before I tell my story, I would love to know, what is your story? Next slide. They say I look like a lion, right? But one of my favorite animals is a lion. And interesting that the NewCon that happened 9 years ago, their logo, guess what was their logo?
Lion.
What's the chances of that? It's like full circle.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you a quick question, just to get to know you, and for you to know yourself a little bit better. If you had to say, what is your top 3 animals, without overthinking, what would you say is number 1, number 2, number 3? It can even be an insect, it can even be a mystical animal. What animal would you write down without overthinking? Just write down your top 3 animals. Make a note, write it down, make a note on your phone. Before I tell you what it means, anyone that's finished first that would love to share with me their 3 animals? Dog.
A dog, a bird, fish.
Dog and a bird and a fish at the back. A monkey. Crocodile. And a lion.
Eagle, peacock, sheep.
Peacock, sheep. Anyone else? One more? That lady? Let's do these 3. Yeah, there's
A giraffe, a lion, and a rhino.
dog, lion, rhino.
Dog, bird, lion.
Dog, bird, lion. The lions are coming up.
Snakes, crocodile, hippo.
Snakes, crocodile, and hippos. No, this is interesting. Those just chose lion. Was it a lion or a lioness? Is it
Lioness.
lioness, not a lion? So I just want to be, you need to be specific, because they're actually two different energies. Those who haven't shared with me, quickly just share with someone around you. Just tell them quickly what the animals are. So someone knows what the animals are. Who would love to know what it means, the animals? It's a quick personality test. Right? It's how to get to know yourself, but also with people. It's a nice game to play. The first animal that you said is the animal. It's like the mask you put onto the world, the perception you want to create. The world, look at me, this is who I am. Good and bad characteristics. Right? It's like you want to embody that. The second animal is how the world experiences you when you show up. Right? Okay. And then the third animal is who you really are. I see there's some good ahas. There's like, Cobus, you are wrong. There's no way. I would have loved to make all of you walk on fire tonight. However, I forgot my whip at home. So I won't be able to force you to walk on fire. I read this amazing story that I would love to share with you. It's a story that someone wrote, and when I read this story, it realized to me about the power of me. Me stands for manifesting excellence. How to manifest your excellence. And it starts with this little boy that is bored, that goes to his mom and says, "Mom, please play with me, I'm bored." And mom says, "My little son, can't you see I'm busy? Go to your father." And he goes to his father and he taps. I don't know about you, but when Dad was reading a newspaper, you left him alone. Anyone experienced that growing up? This is not only me. He says, Dad, please play with me, I'm bored. And Dad says, "My son, can't you see I'm busy? Go to your mom." And as he goes to his mom, she looks across and she sees at the back of the newspaper is a map of the world. And she says, "My son, don't worry. I have an idea." And she asks Dad, "Give me that piece of paper." And the dad listens like always and gives it to Mom. Mom takes this map of the world and tears it into little pieces and gives it to little Johnny and says, "Johnny, here's a puzzle. Go put it together." And Johnny is all excited. I have a puzzle. Mom is giving me something to do. All excited. I want to impress Mom. He runs to his room. He plays around, and suddenly something dawns on him when he starts playing, because life is all about play, am I right? Now, I always say fire invites who needs to be here. Those who needs to be here in this room tonight, the fire has called you. There's some learnings for you to experience tonight. And as he plays around, he starts putting it together. He comes back, he runs to his mom. He says, Mom, look, I've done it. And Mom is so happy, and she says, "My son, how did you do it?" And he says with his mom, "The moment I turned the pieces around, I saw the face of a person. And the moment I fixed the person, and I turned it around, the world was fixed." And it's like I said, I would love for you to walk on fire tonight. However, I'm going to take you on a journey to get you to your reason to walk on fire. Because if you think about in the bush, when a fire comes, what is its main purpose? The heat, but other purpose, anyone?
To destroy the world.
Destroy the world, it's not beautiful. To clean up the rotten, to take away all of the debris. Right? Think about it, you want to clear out. So, see the fire, and I want you to become consciously aware. What is some of the things that you say, today is the day that I draw the line in the sand. Whatever has happened in the past, I'm putting behind me. What is that? When I walk that fire, I'm leaving behind. Because when the fire is cleared, the bush, what does it allow for what to come? New grass, new life. And then the second thing is, as I take you on this journey, is when you know what is it you're leaving behind, the next focus is where are you going? What is it you want to achieve? What is that new goals that you want to do? What is that inner strength that you want to tap into? Would love to know the secret to my success. Can I see some hands? The secret to success was a quote by Gandhi that I live by every day. It says, everything starts with a belief. Who in this room believes fire burns? We have that belief because of something that has happened in the past. Maybe you stepped on a piece of coal, or mom said don't touch the hot stove or something. So you created that fear. However, there's also the fear of the future. What if I get, the last time in my life I will say this in this room, is the B word, bird. That does not exist. You can go look in the dictionary, it's crossed out. In my dictionary it's crossed out. Because the thing is, our beliefs become our thoughts. Now I want to see how smart you are. As a man, think of
So easy.
You all read books, huh? As a man, think of so easy. You just have to think about it and it's already there. So if you want to think B words, guess what you're going to create?
B word.
The moment we have those thoughts, it leads to our words. There's even a book that says life and death is in the tongue. Those who love to use it will bear the fruit of it. So why do we want to speak negative? Because the moment we speak it, what follows? Actions. If you are scared and in a fearful place, can you be courageous enough and take that first step? If you are positive, you're confident, you're ready to take on the world, can you take that first step?
Yeah.
Yes, it's all about attitude, it's all about energy. Because the action then follows, the more we do it, then it becomes a habit. The habit then becomes a value. Ultimately, we've created our destiny. I'm going to share with you a story about how I changed my destiny. A story to show you that you can change beliefs with your thoughts, with your words, and with your actions. It's like a farmer. A farmer doesn't go out and wait for the rain to plant the seed, no matter how dry the seed. He can have all the faith, but if he never plants the seed, he will never have a harvest. And I learned this. And then one morning I woke up and I couldn't walk. The only way to move around was on my knees. The second thing that I had a challenge was my son was born. I get to the hospital, I can't even pick up my own son. I can't even hold my own son. The doctor said, Cobus, you have to get both your elbows replaced and both your ankles replaced or fused. You all agree that's my reality, right? That's what the doctor said. Now to give you an idea what it is, I have something called hemophilia. Anyone here knows what hemophilia is? Those who don't know what hemophiliac is? Good. Hemophiliac is a bleeder. It's also called the royal disease, right? It's called bleeding disorder. It means my blood doesn't clot. And because of all the bleedings over the years that affected my joints, to give you an example, make your elbows as straight as possible. This is how straight my elbows go. Touch your shoulders. Okay, palms down, palms up. Can't even palms up. Now, I looked at that gentleman, I would have arm wrestled him, but his muscles is bigger than mine. Eh? Now, I can't go to gym. I can't. 24/7, I'm in pain. The moment I wake up, I'm in pain. So the doctor said, Cobus, this is your future. So I can either accept my future or I can change it. And one thing that I realized on this journey is I can either accept it or I can change it. And I remember that night when I walked on fire for the first time in 2011. Power, it felt like, wow, I just walked on 500 to 600 degrees Celsius fire. Aluminium melts at 250. Any doctors in the room? Doctors would tell it 150, where's the closest hospital? And yet we walk on 500 to 600. And I walk, and my body doesn't get the beat. The only thing that I would ever tell you if you ever walk on fire is, have you ever walked on a hot tar road before, bare feet? Okay, does the heat go away? After you walk, then you go in a cool, it goes away, right? Hot sand? Right? It's nothing like that. It's like walking on ice, cold fire. Because the thing is, the more I say ice cold, and the only thing that if you ever want to say of the fire is that sometimes the fire loves people. And sometimes it will give you a kiss. And then when it gives you a kiss, baby, Then you go, it's time for me to give you your kiss back. And then you can walk a second time and just give your kiss back. And on this fire journey, I learned something about kissing and about what is important in life. And first, before I teach you, is there any volunteer that would love to come up front for me? It's too fast. And the reason why I asked him, I want to teach you something that changed my relationship with my boys. Yes, don't worry. No kissing involved. No kissing involved. But I want to teach you something because I didn't prepare for it, but I felt it was the right moment to share it. Because for us to roar, it needs to come from inside. And the first step is whenever you meet someone is to make eye contact. The eyes are what does it signify? The soul, right? In South Africa, we have this beautiful word that says sawubona. I see you. Just to acknowledge the other person. And then the second step is this is hard, right? And then thirdly, just a hug, no kissing. We get a hug, and then we breathe in and out while we hug. Is it okay?
Yeah.
No more, I look at it. I want you to quickly stand up. Give two people a hug, if you don't mind. Just stand up and give someone a hug.
International hug on it.
Where am I?
How many of you enjoyed that hug? My only thing for you is to realize it's not about you. You never know who might need a hug. You do it with intention. Intention to share love. And that's what the fire does. The fire loves you. The fire loves to give you an experience to walk on fire. Now you will notice in the armband there's a heart. To remember to follow your heart, to share the hug and love. And then there's a tag phrase. Now have you ever heard someone says, I will do my best?
Yes.
Have you ever said, I will do my best?
Yes.
Please don't believe you or them because you lie. And they lie. Because you say, I will do my best, you will always have an excuse or justification why you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve. I did my best, however, the economy is too bad, so I need to do something different. Whatever that excuse is. If I say, whatever it takes, can I have an excuse? Can I blame someone? Now, tonight's firewalk. What will get you to do whatever it takes to walk on that fire? What will be that one determination, that inner power of you to get that roar, to say, if I can do this, I can do anything. And I want you to start becoming consciously aware of it before we start walking that side. So you don't have any excuses anymore. That you don't justify why you can't do it. Oh, it's not my time, it's not my night, oh, not the right shoes. What if tonight is your right night? That once you walk on fire, anything is possible. I could never play sport. I could never play rugby because it wasn't allowed. And then people will tell you, but Cobus, give up on your dreams, am I right? Because look at your reality. And I will tell you here today, your dream might not always turn out the way you want it. However, it can still happen. Because in 2017, my biggest dream came true. Was to be part of a super rapid team. I might not have played on the field. However, I played with the minds on the field. And to give you that power that year, these guys went to win the Bulls on Loftus, they won the Sharks, they were seen as the worst of the worst. Some of these players thought they were number 8, 10, 11, 12 in the country. I know there's Australian and, no, you're not Australian, you're from Canada, yes. They even won the South Waratahs in Australia, when nobody gave them a chance. They adopted the whatever it takes. There's one thing that I learned from them that changes is that have heart and give it all. Because that year there was 2 games they lost in the last minute with 1 point. If they won those games, they would have been in the quarterfinals. There was this guy I met at the Southern Kings. Before everyone knew who he was, it was supposed to be his last. Because he was 25, 26 years old. He was playing at the worst team in South Africa. And then he adopted the phrase, whatever it takes. You can still go Google today. Do anyone know who this guy is?
Yes.
Makazolo Mampimpi. He's currently the 3rd highest try scorer in South Africa's history. From a nobody to walking on fire, to creating his dream. So now my question is, when you walk that fire tonight, what is that future dream you want to make a reality? Because tonight is a night you can draw the line in the sand. The way you think about things and about life and about yourself, you can draw the line. Up till now is enough. It's time to press the reset button. If you could press the reset button today and say, I reset everything, I have the opportunity to create my reality, to create my destiny. And if I can do this, I can do it. If I can do this, I can do it. Anyone from Port Elizabeth? No one from? Oh, there's one from. So they're from PE. But I want you just to tell you the story. They go and race. It's the whole season. It's 52. He races against half people his age. I said to him, we're going to win the championship. First, he doesn't believe. And I said, let's create that reality. He goes in the whole season, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. The last race of the season. Currently, he's at placed 3rd. He contacts me on the last lap. Cobus, we had a great season. I say to him, before you say anything else, look up. And he looks up and he sees whatever it takes. I said, the race is not over. Ladies, not tonight. When you know what you want, you know where you are going, this is where faith comes in. To believe that everything will work out the way it should. That the rain will come. The blessings will come. Because the only big thing that you need to do, and when we get outside to the place, I'm going to teach you something with Isaac and them called step forward. It's all about taking that step of faith. Because in the last lap, the 2 Ferraris ran out of petrol. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to share a lot about my story, and I'm going to start preparing you for the fire. I want you to think about as Toastmasters and as you're on your journey. You can have all the excuses, however you can create your destiny. I had all the excuses not to be able to write a book. I speak English very deliciously, since I've been twice. I probably use a lot of filler words. I know Toastmasters will tell me. Yet, I set myself a goal for 12 months to do this. And in 12 months, if you put in the work, you can write your book. My challenge to you is, what is your legacy you're going to leave behind? Mine was to leave a book for my boys. I remember the night I was looking at the highest sunrise in Africa. And as I was sitting there, I gave up. I couldn't breathe. I had altitude sickness. I was this close to my death. My whole story is, I was a coward because I couldn't take my own life. And a year before that, a famous racing driver from South Africa passed away on Kilimanjaro. My purpose was to die on that mountain. I went to climb and I was sitting there and I cried because of pain and I was still alive. And then one moment, as my friend remembered me why I came to climb this mountain, I realized I'm not leaving anything behind for Mike to waltz. How many of you would love to have went to your book cupboard and open it up and have a book of your dad or your grandfather or your great-grandfather or mother, take it out and learn from their lessons and their journey? And then I realized my time is not up. And my challenge to you is go live and build your legacy.